So we are in a time where like so many businesses are shutting down. I'm talking about like you can get on whatever social media platform you want to get on. You can drive around in any city you know that you want to drive around in, and you are going to see that so many businesses are shutting down left and right. Brick and mortar businesses, online businesses, a lot of businesses are shutting down, right? And I know firsthand that as a business owner, it can be very discouraging when you're taking in the marketplace and you're seeing all these businesses closing what feels like every 5 seconds. Like I be feeling like I'm not even done grieving that one business closed and then somebody else be like, oh, we shutting down our business, or oh, we got to get rid of all of our inventory because we're closing down. Like it's a lot um, that is going on, in the business world. But I want to share with you guys a scripture that I feel like we should all be reminded of in times like this, where you're seeing so many people, so many businesses closing, and the enemy is trying to make you question, should I be next? Like, should I shut this business down? Should I really do this? Should I really do that? And that is First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58. When I tell y'all I love this scripture, like I am a seasoned entrepreneur and still be finding myself having moments that I got to go back to this scripture. So I'm going to read it for y'all. This is the NIV version pulled up. I really want to read it out of let's go to New King James, because NIV be playing sometimes, y'all. So we gonna have to we got to read this in the New King James version, okay? So First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58, and it says, therefore, my beloved brethren, be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. I just want to speak to somebody right now and let you know that God sees you, God sees your business, that this is not in vain. Like your time where the work feels laborious, because we know that there are times in entrepreneurship where the work feels good. It feels like all the benefits of entrepreneurship are benefiting. You be like, oh, I get to make my own schedule. I could do, like, we know that there's moments where it all feels amazing. But if you are in a season where it feels laborious, I just want you to be reminded of this scripture and just trusting in the Lord that he sees your hard work, that it is not in vain, and you will indeed be rewarded for your labor. Okay. So I want you to sit with that. But then also, I want to share what I believe is going on in the marketplace. I truly believe that the Lord is trimming the fat. I'm just going to say it. And this is not me saying that, this is not me shading nobody's business that closed down. But we are in a time where you have all these entrepreneurs that have left entrepreneurship, and they have not left quietly. They're leaving, and many of them, not all, I said many, don't come in my comments acting crazy. Many of them are now bashing entrepreneurship. Ooh, I was so stressed out. It ain't worth it. And nobody should ever become, it's like the tides are completely changing, honey. Like the former entrepreneurs is throwing all the shade at us. Okay. They throwing all this shade. But this is the thing though. I believe that what we're going to see happen in the next 2 to 3 years is I believe that God is going to separate the business owners from the moguls. Okay. I believe that those of us that are sticking it out, and let me be very clear, because again, do not play with me in these comments. I don't want nobody to think that I'm saying that you were wrong for shutting down your business, because I know that some of you guys, you were led to shut down your business. I know some of y'all, you wanted to shut down your business, and that's okay. So I'm not judging nobody that has walked away from their business, but I believe that those of us that are sticking it out, I believe that those of us that are standing firm, I believe that those of us that are being steadfast, I believe that the Lord is going to reward us so greatly. And in the next 2 to 3 years, we are going to see moguls, okay? Moguls. And look up the definition of what a mogul is versus a business owner, and this is not no shade, because some people just want to be a business owner and they be like, I don't really want to do all of that. I don't really, want to be that person. I don't really, but I believe that the Lord is raising up moguls. And if you look up the definition of mogul, is interesting. So the official definition of mogul, it says an important or powerful person, especially in the motion picture or media industry. Now, this might not be necessarily the motion picture industry, but with social media, if you are an entrepreneur and you show up online, everything that you're doing is media. So I believe that people that are sticking it out, that are consistently showing up, I believe that you are going to see a different type of following online. I believe that you're going to see a different type of fruit that's coming from you being online consistently. And this is me prophetically speaking. I believe that the Lord is going to show up in this way. I believe that we are going to see people whose businesses are worth 8 and 9 figures in the next 2 to 3 years because they have stuck it out in a time where God made room. God is making room for replacements. God is making room to literally raise people up. So I know that you might look around and it might feel like, oh my gosh, everybody's business is closing and it's my business next. But I want you to allow that to encourage you. Allow that to encourage you in the fact that the Lord is making room. Allow that to encourage you in the fact that the Lord is keeping you. Allow that to encourage you in the fact that your business is still open. Allow that to encourage you that if the Lord hasn't called you to walk away yet, that he has something else for you. So stay encouraged, y'all. Meditate on that scripture, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58. Let it bless you.